I am Dr. Nalini Avinash Wagmare, working as an assistant professor in Tilak Maharashtra Vidyapith. Today's our topic is Indian National Congress, under that the moderate era. So when we are studying the Indian national movement, at that time we find that three important turning point we study. That is moderate era 1885 to 1905, then extremist era 1905 to 1919, and Gandhian era 1990 to 1947. So as a student of history, we must know that every era, every this movement play a very important role to freedom movement. We cannot explain the moderate era than good work, extremist era good work, and Gandhian era only get the independence in the time of the Gandhian era, because our movement started actually in 1857, which called as a first war of independence. So many historians, scholars, writers, researchers given a different opinion about this particular era. Some given importance to moderate era, some given importance to extremist era, some given importance to Gandhian era. So while we are studying the Indian national movement, every era, every movement, their leaders, their thoughts, their thinkings, their philosophy, their work, their life. So it is very, very important to get the independence from the Britishers. So that's why today our topic is moderate era. Then while we are studying the Indian nationalism or any nationalism, meaning of nationalism, while we are studying the, when there are many elements to contribute the keep the nationalism among the people, there are so many elements like the geographical unity, unity of caste, cultural unity, linguistic unity, even religious unity, a common economic interest, as well as deep desire of nationalism. So we feeling comes among the people, and they are think that it is our nations. So here the nationalism, when the foreign ruling India, we all united Indian people come in one stage and fight against the British rule. So these are the few stages we have to study here. Then what were the causes to start the nationalism in India? Already I have explained in my last lecture. Although here, what were the causes to formation of Indian National Congress? Because this is the Indian National Congress play a major role to get the independence from the Britishers. So what were the causes? That is political unity, economic exploitation by the British, English language and Western ideas, social and religious movements of 19th century, that is Brahma Samaj, Arya Samaj, Pratana Samaj, Ramakrishna Mission, played a major role to unite the Indians, as well as development of means and communication. Another, you take the example of railway, even contact with foreign countries. When educated Indian contact with the foreign countries, they know the democracy, parliamentary system of government, and they wanted to establish that one in India. It is also one more reasons to start the nationalism in India. Then administrative policy of the Lord Lytton, Lord Curzon, Ilbert will introduce how Indians have no right to give the judgment and become as a judge. Even press and newspapers spread the nationalism among the Indians. That is also one more causes to start the nationalism in India, as well as one more causes to start the Indian National Congress. So what were the main objective of this Indian National Congress? When this Congress was established at the AU, that time the main objective is the promotion of personal intimacy and friendship amongst almost earnest workers in our country, cause in the various parts of the empire. Means this is the one national platform. All north, east, south, west, they come together and they discuss about the political problems of the Indians at that time, as well as eradication by direct friendly personal intercourse of all possible race, creed, provisional prejudice amongst all the lovers of the country. Those who love their nation, They have to come forward and take the initiation and solve the socio-political problems of at that time. The determination of the methods by which during the next 12 months, that is also discussed. Main intention means when they are come together, what is the next in this 1 year plan. They also discussed in that Indian National Congress. So here the political unity, people think about political affairs, come together and discuss how to solve by the help of the Britishers or by themselves. So this is the one intention or aims and objective of the establishment of Indian National Congress. Then the first session was Indian National Congress actually decided in Pune because of some cholera outbreak in Pune that we are shifted to Mumbai, and the session president at the time was Sri Umesh Chandra Banerjee, who laid the following points to friendly relation with among Indians in the promotion of solve the political problems and which methods they have to use to solve the other political problems of India at that time. So at that time, the prominent leaders of the Indian National Congress are Gopal Krishna Gokhale, Dadabhai Naoroji and others, even Firoz Shah Mehta, who laid complete faith in the British sense of justice and therefore never protested against the government. As you check the era 1885 to 1990, not 5. At that time, the situation, the Britishers ruled strictly in India. They have taken all authorities in their hands. And at that time, the Indians not directly against the British government. So that's why these moderate leaders taken a different type of steps as compared to other era. So the Congress simply requested for the establishment of representative bodies, abolition of Indian Council, safety of Indian individual liberty, entry of the Indians in higher services, reduction of civil and military expenditure, separation of judiciary, executive, and other such moderate reforms they wanted at that time. But some are criticized by these methods of the moderates, like they mentioned that the policy of the Congress was described as the policy of political mendicancy and was criticized by the extremist leaders like Lala Rajput Rai. Anyway, the Indian National Congress, the first moderate era, they are enlightened the Indian public opinion, built the nationalism among the people at that time. So these are the leaders of the early moderate leaders of Indian National Congress. Then which were the steps the early Congress leaders taken? Already I have mentioned a few leaders' name. During the early years, the Congress attracted most of the famous men of India from all parts of the country, from the every walk of life and formal community, except Sir Syed Ahmad, who kept deliberately aloof. Names of that time leaders are Dadabhai Naoroji, Firoz Shah Mehta, Sir Dinshaw Arjun, Ranade, Telanga, Tyaji, Tilak, Gokhale, Banerjee, Anand Mohan Bose, Motilal, Rash Bihari Ghosh, Banerjee, Anand Mohan Bose, Motilal, again Madan Mohan Malviya, Subramanyam Iyer, Sir Shankaran Nair, AOU. These are the few leaders' names mentioned here. Then what they wanted actually after the establishment of this Indian National Congress in 1885. What steps they wanted? Actually, belief in gradual reforms. Their main principle is that not directly reform. They wanted to moderates reform slowly. Moderates believed in agitating for piecemeal reforms. They were content with urging only reforms in the administration, that is in the councils, in the services and local bodies and in defense forces. Faith in constitutional methods. So these early leaders mainly kept their faith in the constitution method, mainly their faith in British justice also. The moderates were confirmed believers in the efficacy of the constitutional method. They avoided conflict with the government at all cost. They eschewed violence. They followed the method of prayers, petitions, representations, and deputations in order to convince the government about the justice of demands. The main thing what we find in this early moderates that mostly the faith in the sense of justice and faith in British sense of justice. Most of the early Congress leaders believed that the British people were essentially just and fair. One or another day, they give us, they consider our feelings, our petitions, our prayer, and they give us concession, and they give us independence. So this is the major thing. The moderates believed in the British sense of justice. Even they regarded connection with the British for the good of the India. Even some moderate leaders, they think that the British government is very good for Indians. Most of the early congressmen were the proud product of the Western civilization and were imbued with Western thought. They honestly believed that the British had given Indians a progressive civilization. The English literature, the system of education, the system of transportation and the communication, the system of justice and local bodies were regarded as some of the invaluable blessings of the British Raj. They believed that even when India became free, she was bounded to keep some permanent ties with the British for India's own advantage. Means some Britishers introduced the reforms, so these early moderates think that uh, the British step by step give us justice. While we consider work and weakness of early moderates, that the Congress was at times often criticized for its lack of rigor and effectiveness. No doubt it was not in touch with the masses. Its leaders were mostly men of ideas and not of actions. They believed in the method of prayers and petitions and some concessions or some letters we give Britishers and they give us justice and they give us authorities. So this type of things believed by the early moderates. And they believed in the method of prayers and petition, not in self-reliant and vigorous action. Perhaps they were not prepared to make extreme type of sacrifices. They took every possible care to avoid conflict with the government. They worked only for piecemeal reforms and followed strictly constitutional methods. So these are the few things we find while we study the early moderates. Another thing is that what their contribution to India. When we study the early moderates, even they are also again they are not directly free from the British's justice, administrative and other things. They totally believe in British government. Step by step they give us authorities and other things. Anyway, later on also these early moderates, the contribution to, while evaluating the early moderates, what their contribution to Indian national movement. Here, according to some critics, the nationalist movement and the Indian National Congress did not achieve much success in the early phase. Very few of the reforms for which the nationalism agitated were introduced by the government. There is a great deal of truth in this criticism, but the critics are not quite correct in declaring the early national movement a failure one. Historically viewed, its record is quite bright if the immediate difficulties of the task they had undertaken are kept in view. It represented the most progressive force of the time. Its success in creating a wide national awakening among the people, in arousing among the people the feeling that they belong to one common nation, that is India, the Indian nation. It made the people of India conscious of the bonds of common political, economic, social, and cultural interest, and of the existence of a common enemy in imperialism, and thus helped to build them in a common nationality. It trained people in the art of political work, popularized among them the ideas of democracy, civil liberties, secularism, and nationalism, propagated among them a modern outlook, and exposed before them the evil results of British rule. Most of all, the early nationalists did pioneering work in mercilessly exploring the true character of British imperialism in India. They linked early every important economic question with the politically dependent status of the country. Their powerful economic critique of imperialism was to serve as the main plank of nationalist agitation in the later years of active mass struggle against British imperialism. They had, by their economic agitation, undermined the moral foundations of the British rule by exposing its cruel, exploitative character. The early national movement also evolved a common political and economic program around which the Indian people could gather and wage political struggle later on. This is given a stage. It established the political truth that India must be ruled in the interest of the Indians. It made the issue of nationalism and dominant one in Indian life. Moreover, the political work of the moderates was based on a concrete study and analysis of hard reality of the life of the people rather than a narrow approach to religion, military emotions, or shallow sentiments. While the weakness of the early moment were to be removed by the succeeding generation, its achievements were to serve as a base for a more vigorous national movement in later years. It can therefore be said that, in spite of their many weaknesses, the early nationalists laid strong foundation for the national movement to build on, and they deserve a high place amongst the makers of the modern India. Uh, Bipin Chandra book, History of Modern India, I read these quotations. It means while we are studying the Indian national movement, their contribution also be counted. So contribution of this moderate at the time prominent leaders, already I mentioned that unity built among the Indians, enlightening the public opinion. They lead the national movement and try the enlighten the educated Indians concerning the problems of India. That is the one major contribution given by these moderates to Indian national movement. See, after 1857 revolution, we don't find any one political Indian National Congress or some other organizations are there. But this time, at the when it was established in 1885 by A. Hume, 72 delegates are there, and all over the Indian North, East, South, West, and other delegates come in one platform and they discuss the Indian affairs, political, economic, social issues, and in their own level, they are trying to solve the problems. But first time, these moderates given a unity, equality, as well as think about the political affairs of India and believe in the British sense of justice. But the time is that slowly, steadily we get the independence. That was the intention of the these moderates leaders. So thank you very much for listening this lecture. Thank you. You can also refer the book P.D. Mahajan, Bipin Chandrapal, R.C. Manjumdar, and other authors. Thank you.